Uh, we got this on Netflix, Annabelle Creation, because we have the first one on DVD. Because we had seen the first one in theaters and it was really awesome. This one, kind of slow to start, in our opinion.
I didn't like it at first. An hour in, I wanted to just say, to heck with it and not watch it because I was getting really, really bored with it. But after an hour, it really picked up, and I was kind of in his lap because I was scared.
Yeah. So, towards the end of the movie, it really tied in the first movie really well, we thought. Throughout the whole movie, you didn't really see connections, and then towards the end, it really just threw it all together.
Well, not really though, because if you think about it, it was showing us why Annabelle was Annabelle. The doll was actually named after the Mullins family.
Yeah.
Like their daughter, so it tied it into the second one before we even actually knew about it.
Yeah, and just a quick heads up here, guys. Probably gonna be spoilers with these review videos, but hey, if you don't want spoilers...
Well, we warned you in the first video that we did. I know it's been almost a year. It'll be a year in August, but we've just been trying to think of the first video to do and how we were gonna do it. But we thought we'd just wing it, where I was kind of like, it's not really the greatest movie, and then all of a sudden it kicks your ass and it's the best movie it could be toward the end.
So, going into a little bit of explanation with Annabelle, it starts with the Mullins family and the man that created the Annabelle doll, Mr. Mullins, Samuel. And it focuses mostly about their daughter, B, or as we came to know, her actual name is Annabelle.
I didn't like that they kept calling her B, and then toward the end of the movie, they finally say her name was Annabelle, and that they named the doll Annabelle in honor of their daughter that was killed.
Yeah, so we find out in the very beginning of the movie that their daughter ends up getting hit by a car going after a doll that got dropped in the road.
Granted, you watched it like 3 times and didn't even notice that the kid got hit, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention.
Yep, anyway, as the movie rolls on, Mr. and Mrs. Mullins take in a group of girls from a church who are accompanied by their sister from the church, Sister Charlotte, and one girl, her name's Janice, has polio, and
she finds the Mullins daughter's room, which was technically off limits. But at night, the door becomes unlocked for some reason. We don't know how. Because Annabelle is locked in a closet in their daughter's room. Go figure.
And interesting note about the closet, it's got pages from the Bible glued to the wall, all around the walls and the inside of the door. And when the doll is let out, we come to find that supposedly it's B's spirit possessing the doll. And then a little later on, the spirit possessing the doll
turns into this creepy ass black demon creature that just goes psycho and tries to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And manages to successfully kill 2 people, Mr. and Mrs. McMullen, or Mullen. Excuse me.
Yep. But before Miss Mullins dies, she actually reveals that what they believe to be their daughter's spirit was actually a demonic spirit that tricked them into giving it permission to move into the doll and become stronger. Miss Mullins attempts to try and stop the demon, and it attacks her, trying to steal her soul, and Mr. Mullins ends up stopping it. Then later on, towards the end, well, actually, while Miss Mullins is recalling that story, is when we learn that their
But
daughter's
wait,
name is Annabelle.
you didn't explain that it was a while after they realized there was a spirit possessing the house that was supposedly B,
Yeah.
that they tried to just ignore the subtle signs of B being around, but then they grew used to having the presence of B, so they just ran with it. And then they find out that it's this psycho demon that wants to kill them because they let their daughter die. But there was no way they could have stopped that car from killing their daughter.
Yep. Nearing the end of the movie, Sister Linda, Janice's best friend, gets trapped by the demonic presence in a dumbelator, and she ends up escaping.
It's dumb waiter, by the way.
Okay. Anyway, she ends up escaping there, and ends up back in B's bedroom, and that's where she has the final confrontation with Janice, which Janice is about to kill Linda when Sister Charlotte comes in with the doll in hand and a blade, well, knife. Janice lunges at her, and Sister Charlotte throws her into the closet that has the Bible pages on it, slams the door shut, tips over what I believe to be a vanity?
No, actually, it was a glass encased display cabinet.
Oh. Anyway, the house starts freaking out, and
All of the lights blow in the house and the barn.
I don't know, should we mention what actually happens in the barn with the other girl?
No, let them find out on their own when they watch it.
Okay.
You don't want to spoil everything.
We were gonna spoil the connection to the first movie, right?
Absolutely. They've got to know why it's connected to the
So,
first movie, which is technically the sequel to the second movie.
So, drawing to the connection, the police show up the next morning, and they open up the closet. Janice isn't there. There's a hole.
There's a hole in the wall, and in the place of Janice is the doll.
Yep.
How Janice escapes, we will never know, because there was absolutely no sign other than a hole in the wall that Janice was gone.
So, we move on to the next scene where the priest informs Sister Charlotte and the girls that the house has been blessed and that the doll is a conduit for evil spirits, and that the evil that was in it moved on, and it's now just a doll.
And the police inform the girls and the sister that there was no sign of Janice even being there.
Then later finally we cut to one of the final scenes of the movie.
Actually, it is the final scene.
Yeah, the final scene of the movie, where we see a blonde girl being spoken to by
An
a couple,
adoptive family.
an adoptive family. They ask her name.
She says Annabelle, but you actually see Janice.
Yeah. Then it cuts to a picture of her. And then
12 years later.
Then it goes down the row of pictures of her aging. It stops at her adult photo, which prompts the 12 years later thing coming up on the screen. And surprisingly,
It shows the first scene of Annabelle, where Annabelle kills her adoptive mother and father, and the neighbors hear it from across their little, like, courtyard type thing, the alleyway, if you will. And there you go. There's the beginning of Annabelle.
yep.
So that connection, I think, was an awesome way to connect the two movies together. But I really think they should have done Annabelle Creation before Annabelle. Because you kind of don't understand Annabelle without knowing the creation of how Annabelle became what she was.
So, well, hey, that's how they're doing most movies these days.
Yeah, but it's so dumb. Like, you see so many movies that, like, the last movie is actually the first movie, and it's like, where the hell does this come in? And,
Well,
like, what is that? And it's so confusing.
yeah.
Directors and movie creators need to get their shit together.
Hey, look at Paranormal Activity. That went 3 movies going, hey, third movies, like how everything all started. Second movies, how things began in the first one.
No. But that's not even the worst set of movies, hun. Puppet Master. The 9th movie is technically the first movie. The 10th one is technically the second. Then the 3rd one actually is really the 3rd one. And then on and on and on. They're all jumbled. Maybe one of these days I'll do a review on all of the Puppet Master movies. But I've got to refresh my memory first.
I think I already got an idea for what one of our next reviews is going to be.
What's that, hun?
I think we're going to review the Saw movies, plus the brand
Jigsaw.
new movie, Jigsaw.
Yeah, that might be a good one. I like that series. I didn't at first. I was a little hesitant. I had seen a scene when I was a little bit younger. Scared the living daylights out of me. But you got me hooked. Now, he can discuss the video game. The 2 video games.
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like games like that. If something comes out and jumps in my face, no. I don't like that. I don't like the sudden surprise, because I kind of feel like it's going to jump through the TV screen at me and kill me. But I think we got the gist of what we want to say. And we want to thank everybody out there for watching our first and second videos. If you haven't watched the introduction, you need to watch it.
And guys, like we've said before, if you want to like and subscribe, more power to you. If you don't, no skin off our teeth.
But
We're just looking to have fun.
If you want to comment, leave a comment below.
Yeah.
If you want us to review something, we have a Wii now. We have PlayStation 3, GameCube, PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube.
We do have an Xbox 360, but
it's
doesn't
kind of
work.
on the fritz right now. I've got to clean it and
Yeah.
fix it, you know.
For the time being, if we get the cards for it, we can download games that you guys want to
Or
recommend
if I've
to us.
played the game, I can give you a review on it. I can't give you a walkthrough, but I can review the game. Might be able to answer some questions on a certain game.
also, another one of our many reviews will probably be in the near future Lego Harry Potter, because we just finished years 1 through 4.
Kind of finished it. We went through the stories of each year. We haven't unlocked everything yet or whatever, but we're gonna do that after we beat the games first. Then we go back and get the little side missions and all that other good jazz.
We just got years 5 through 7 last week, so hopefully we'll start playing that sometime within the next couple weeks.
And I am going to apologize for the quality of this video. My camera on my laptop kind of sucks. But we will eventually try upgrading and getting better video equipment so that we can do video games properly.
Your support, guys, will really help with that. But like I said, that's up to you guys. So
we're kind of on the low end of money here because we have to take care of our almost 1-year-old son. At the time of our first video, he was only 4 months old. He's getting big. One of these days, we might get a video out there for you to show you our little pride and joy. But got anything to add, hun?
Well, regarding our son, we'll definitely try to get a video out there, especially with his birthday coming up on the 6th next month. I guess you can kind of call it a review of our son throughout the first 12 months.
How we might even do children's video reviews. Our son is really into Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Paw Patrol. He's recently got into the cartoon Batman or the animated series of Batman. Batman's personally my favorite. I've always loved Batman.
And I think...
And we've got to do Scooby-Doo.
I think with him being in the video, we'll do a Yokai Watch review.
Yeah, we've watched the first full season. We've been watching movies and stuff and TV shows on Netflix.
We actually got into the Yokai Watch show ourselves. To
the point where we went out and bought all kinds of yokai stuffies and yokai card game, and I've got it downloaded on my iPhone. We've got the yokai medals and... Here. We've got the deck of cards here. Oh, I got it upside down. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Got 2 whole decks here.
There's Jabanyan. You know, we've got 2 decks.
So
we haven't figured out how to play yet, but we just recently bought it.
So yeah. Comment stuff that you want us to review or check out.
Even like Yu-Gi-Oh! We might do a review on Yu-Gi-Oh! We might even do a duel.
Yeah.
Him and I duel. We have our own decks and whatever. Well, I was using his decks for the longest time. Now I've got my own dragon deck. I kick his ass every time, usually. Although he taught me.
Yeah.
He can review Magic. I don't understand the full concept of Magic, but he can give you the gist of it.
I'm not so sure that I'm gonna do reviews on Magic, because
you could at least give your opinion on what you think of the way that the game plays.
I can run down the basics and then give my general opinion about it. But that's pretty much it. But I'm not that into it that much. I mostly started playing because a friend of mine played at Job Corps.
Long story you don't want to know about.
A lot of people say it's a good place. Some say that it's not worth the time.
Although that's where we met.
Yep. I would say for Job Corps, it's just a kind of short review.
But it doesn't...
It's what you make of it.
It doesn't matter because we're not going to review a place that we went to school.
No, this was just kind of my quick little review of it.
Well, nobody needs to know about that, so shush.
Well,
anyway, we've got to start getting ready to go to bed. He's got to get up for work in the morning. Comment, like, below, subscribe, follow us, And peace.
Make our page more known. Or channel.